Hello there and welcome back to Newfound Dreamer, where I help you create the life of your dreams. Today's episode is part 1 of our New Year, New You series, and we will be focusing on defining your dreams. The first step to achieving your dreams is knowing what they are. I know, it sounds so simple, right? But most people completely miss this part. They just go about their life hoping that one day it will get better, but they never actually define what they want their life to look like. So it is crucial that we gain clarity around our dreams. Think of it like driving a car. If we do not know where we are going, we drive around aimlessly, hoping that we eventually get there. But when we know our destination, we can determine the best route to get there. Sure, we may encounter some red lights, delays, or detours along the way, but eventually we will end up at our destination. Our dreams work the same way. If you are seeking change, growth, or improvement, but you do not know what your dreams are, you will end up moving aimlessly through life, hoping that one day you will have it. But when you know what that it is, when you define your dream, you will be able to create a roadmap to achieving your dream. In the beginning, your roadmap may not take you from point A to point B. You may only know the first 1 or 2 steps that you need to take. Trust the process. Take the first right step and then another, and eventually your roadmap will reveal itself. So, how do you define your dream? We are going to start with a visualization exercise. I want you to visualize your dream life 5 to 10 years from now. But before we start, I want you to make a commitment to focus and give it your undivided attention. I recommend that you carve out some quiet time and get cozy. Maybe light a candle or diffuse some essential oils and pour yourself up a cup of tea or a glass of wine. When you are ready, take a few moments to picture your ideal life 5 to 10 years from now. Feel and imagine every detail and be as specific as possible. Close your eyes and answer the following questions. Who are you? Where do you live? How do you feel? What does your house or apartment look like? Are you in a relationship? Do you have kids? What do you do for a living? What are your hobbies? Who do you enjoy spending time with? What time do you get up in the morning? What time do you go to bed at night? What does your morning routine look like? What does your evening routine look like? What type of food do you eat? Do you work out? What does a typical day at work look like? What do you do on the weekends? Do you go on vacations? If so, how often? And where do you vacation? What are some habits that you have developed? What are some habits that you have let go of? And how do you deal with setbacks and failures? These are just a few questions to get you started. I want you to visualize all aspects of your dream life 5 to 10 years from now. Personal, professional, family, romance, health and fitness, financial, spiritual, and social. Touch on all aspects of your life. You need to know exactly what you want in detail. Once you have a clear mental image of what your future life looks like, I want you to grab a notebook and a pen and write it down. Write it in detail and use present tense as if your future self is writing a note describing the details of her life. Be specific and make sure to include your emotions and your senses. Next, identify your main dreams. What are the underlying dreams that you need to achieve in order to make your dream life a reality? Maybe you want to travel the world. Maybe you want to create a multi-million-dollar company. Maybe you want to be a stay-at-home mom. Or maybe you want to be a New York Times best-selling author. Focus on the big picture. The goal of this exercise is to identify your dreams. In case you would like to revisit this exercise, I have included it in the New Year, New You workbook. You can click on the link in the show notes below to download your free copy. And now for today's tweetable. You wouldn't have the dream if you didn't already have what it takes to make it happen. Marie Forleo. Remember, the first step to achieving your dreams is knowing what they are. Now, I want to hear from you. What was your biggest takeaway from today's video? Let me know in the comments below. That is all for today. Be sure to subscribe so you do not miss out on future videos. And tune in next week for part 2 of our New Year, New You series to learn the importance of creating a strong why. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and remember to do one thing today that will bring you closer to living your dream life. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye!